of HRM subject, wherein the course objective is to enable students to understand and apply the principles of recruitment and selection, trends in the industry, then to provide a conceptual and application of selection procedure in the industry, then to give an understanding of the components and meaning of latest selection tools in the corporate sector, then to enable students with the testing, reference checking, and appointment orders in job recruitment and selection. So these are some of the objectives of the subject recruitment and selection. Well, some of the students are really interested, I believe, to enter into a human resource management department, especially in recruitment and selection or recruitment and screening division. So here in Unit 1, we will be majorly discussing about job analysis. Students, can you see the slides? Can anyone tell me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. You can mute your audio. Unit 1, meaning, definition, and purpose. Then we will be studying methods of job analysis. Then we'll be even studying job analysis interviews, job analysis questionnaire, then the various methods that is included in the job analysis, that is task analysis, inventory. Students, you should please be on time. 9:55 to 10 a.m. is the time slot you can enter. Okay. Okay. So what exactly we'll be studying in Unit 1? Meaning, definition, and purpose, methods of job analysis, then job analysis interviews, job analysis questionnaire, task analysis inventory, then PAQ method, which you have already studied in human resource management, that is position analysis questionnaire, then subject expert workshops, then the final method which we'll be studying in Unit 1 is critical incident technique. Now, before going in depth in this particular unit, can anyone tell me the meaning of job analysis, or why job analysis is important in any industry? So what do you understand by job analysis? Anybody? Yeah, please speak.
Yes, so job analysis, it's like a procedure to identify what are the activities has to be done in a job, or what the job includes.
See, whenever you are answering the query, please tell your name. What's your name?
So Padmaja.
Padmaja, okay. So any other student, the meaning, or what do you understand by job analysis? Please keep this session as interactive, students, because already you have studied the job analysis. So I'm asking you from your point of view. Padmaja has answered. Okay. Then any other student?
One. So Yashaswini here.
Yeah. Tell me.
So can I speak?
Yeah, please speak.
Yes, sir. I like job analysis means analyzing the qualifications required or the skills, and in a candidate, what are the qualifications, or else the skills required in a particular candidate before the job recruitment is done.
Before the recruitment process. Okay, very good. So last option I'll give you. Any other student want to express from his point of view, what do you understand by job analysis? Last chance. Then I'll explain. Yeah, who is this?
Vani.
Yeah, please tell me.
Job analysis is analyzing the job performance, what have to be done, what are the activities can be taken.
Okay.
And, it is important for performance of the job and putting the right person into the right job.
Very good, very good. So first we need to identify a right person who can better do a correct job. Okay. Very good. So now I'll do a summary of this. Now, job analysis. Please listen carefully. Job analysis refers to a complete and organized study of jobs to understand the characteristics of people to be hired for vacant positions in an organization. It is also a process of gathering essential job related information and its analysis. Now, what does job analysis do? Let me explain you. It gives the basis to determine the kind of information to be extracted from the applicant, past employers, and from various other sources. It is the main source practices, and it is also a very important part of human process. It helps the organization in transforming the functional goals being developed into some specific human activity. Now, a lot of people have defined job analysis. Some of them say job analysis is the process of studying and collecting information, relating to the operations and responsibilities of a specific job. Then job analysis, some say job analysis is a method of scientifically dissecting a job in order to determine the component element and their influence upon the length of learning period of the worker, production and labor turnover. Then job analysis, some say it is the procedure by which the facts with respect to each job are scientifically discovered and noted. It is sometimes called as job. Please target it. So what we can understand here is job analysis is a very, very crucial step in the recruitment and selection procedure. It helps to identify the right person with the right skill, with the right attitude to a particular job. Clear? Understood, students? Then after understanding the meaning of job analysis, we will now understand some of the features also of job analysis. Now, when I say organized way of collecting and analyzing information, so job analysis helps us to, in a way, to organize the data, whatever we are collecting, and analyzing the information. So the fundamental element of human resource management is the job analysis, which is an organized manner of collecting and analyzing the information relating to job content, relating to job context, etc. Then the second feature would be job creation. Job analysis aims to create jobs that are aligned to the organization's workflow that is required to be completed. Job analysis is focused on using a proper system to collect information about the performance of the people in their jobs. This information is used for creating job description and job specification, what we call it as JD and JS. Then the next feature, something would be linked to HR activities, human resource activities. So there are a variety of methods and sources of data that can be utilized in executing the job analysis. The actual assessment of job analysis begins from gathering of information and converting it into the job description and job specification for the use of human resource activities. Therefore, job analysis is a very critical factor which affects labor management relations. Then redesigns jobs. Now, what do you mean by redesigns jobs? Job analysis gathers information on those specific features of job that makes it unique. Redesigning of jobs is another function that can be performed with the help of the information gathered through job analysis. However, students, the basic objective of job analysis is to know the task that are needed to be performed on the job and the individual capabilities that are required for it. Okay, so these are the features, some of the important features of job analysis. Okay, next, after understanding the features of job analysis, now can anyone tell me the purpose of job analysis? For in your language only. What are the purpose of job analysis? Why we should go for job analysis? Purpose of it.
So it's Padmaja.
Padmaja, please speak, ma.
So a purpose of job analysis could be to create a unique job and to select the right person for the right job.
Okay.
And for HR activities and all.
Okay. Any other students? Someone has replied.
Daya here.
Saukya, skills development. Daya, please speak.
Okay, sir. It means it is to know the skill of particular candidate. What are the skills to complete the task and all?
Okay, last chance. Any other student? The purpose of job analysis. What could be the purpose? Why it is required for an organization? Only females are answering. Girl students. Any boy is there in HR?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes. Who is this?
Sir, Bharat Kolkar.
Yes, please tell.
Sir, before we go into the job, the candidate has to understand what kind of job he has to receive and the brief information about the job.
Okay. So he'll be getting a clear information about the task that he'll be performing.
Yes.
Okay. So now I will be explaining. Please understand. Kindly mute your audio, all of you. So many of you know already the purpose of job analysis. So now the first purpose is human resource planning. Correct? Job analysis is used for determining knowledgeable, someone told, and skillful human resource requirement in an organization. See, why skillful, knowledgeable, a good attitude guy is required in an organization who can understand and blend with the organizational culture or with the existing employees. That is very, very important. If you are recruiting a guy who has got a good attitude, a good knowledge, good skill, then obviously he'll be contributing to the organizational's growth. Right? So it is the major purpose of a job analysis. The first one is human resource planning. Correct? So human resource planning, the job analysis helps in making systematic promotion and transfer policy by displaying lateral and vertical links between the different jobs. Then the second purpose of job analysis is recruitment. Job analysis helps in identifying the right method and the right time to recruit people for the future vacancies in the organization. See, very important thing is you cannot wait when the vacancy will be created. At that point of time, I'll go and recruit the candidates. So you cannot wait like that, no? So you have to plan it accordingly. So for that, recruitment planning also, this job analysis plays a very important role. So that is the second purpose of job analysis. Then the third purpose would be selection. It is very difficult to choose a suitable person without having a definite idea about what is supposed to be done in a job. So selection, it helps in selecting a right candidate with the right attitude, with the right skill, with the right knowledge, who can blend with the organization culture, who can blend among the existing employees and contribute to the overall organization's growth. Then placement and orientation. That is the fourth purpose of job analysis. When selection is complete, the fresh recruits, it is applicable to you also, students. It's a learning phase for you. So what happens after the selection? So the fresh recruits have to be placed in a job that best suits their interest, their behavior, and their actions. Correct? So it helps, job analysis helps to place the freshly recruited guys also. And job orientation, when we are not assured about the job duties, it is impossible to analyze the most suitable candidate for the job. So without appropriate understanding of job requirements, effective job orientation is not easy to achieve. So fresh recruits should be given a clear training about the job task and duties. Now, students, what do you understand by placement and orientation here? Placement I've explained to you, but orientation, why is orientation required for fresh recruits? Can anybody tell? What is the importance of this orientation program for a fresh recruit? Suppose tomorrow, if you are placed in XYZ company first will do a small orientation program for a freshly recruited candidates. Why is it required, orientation program? Anyone?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, who is this?
Sarika here, sir.
Yeah, please tell.
The orientation is done because the employee should know about the company,
Okay.
and like a tour of the office also is given, so that the employee knows everything, like where is the things placed and all.
Fantastic. So basically, the organization culture, so whatever is there existing, so it will be infused into the freshly recruited candidates. Correct? Okay. Now all of you understood orientation is required to give a clear task, to give a clear environment, to make him understand the organizational culture, to make him introduced to his team members. So as she mentioned, a small tour of the organization will also be done, so that he'll be knowing the various departments in the organization, so whom to contact, his higher levels, managers. So what he is supposed to do, everything will be made known to him during the orientation program. Very good. Now the next would be training. See, if you by job analysis, we'll come to know what training should be given for the candidates. So appropriate training cannot be imparted until we do not clearly state what the job is and what is required to do on the job. A current recruit or potential candidate may not require extra training, but he can be sure about the job when he is aware of the job requirements identified by job analysis. Now, the next part is counseling. Managers offer good career guidance to the employees. See, counseling is very much required, because what is happening today is the retention ratio is becoming very challenging for the human resource managers. So where companies are side by side, and today, since electronic world is there, so a lot of opportunities will be there for the employees. So if someone is offering him 5 lakh, the next company will be offering him 6 lakh. The next will be offering him 7 lakh, depending on his skill and all. So in order to retain and motivate the existing employees, so managers, what they do is they offer good career guidance to the employees when they have a better understanding of the type of jobs existing in the company. And similarly, by identifying job requirements, employees become easily aware of their career options. See, you need to motivate your employees and show them the career ladder, that this is the growth. If you achieve this one, you will go to the next step. If you achieve this one, you will go to the next step. And very important thing is a remuneration part. So if someone is excelling, if someone is doing extremely good day by day, month on month, so the managers, the higher ups should identify them and give them the suitable reward. So for that, a proper counseling should be made. How they'll do? So job analysis also helps employees know the areas which they need to develop in order to move forward in their career. Then employee safety. Job analysis helps the managers in analyzing hazardous conditions after studying various operations to be performed in the job. It helps in creating a healthy and safe working environment by easily improving work situations. Then performance appraisal. Job analysis information is essential for the establishment of performance standards. As I mentioned to you, if someone is extremely doing good, you should appraise his performance. You should motivate him. And how will you motivate him? So ultimately, there are various factors how you can motivate an employee, being a manager, HR manager. The first thing is a suitable reward should be given to a guy who is working in the team, who is doing extremely good, whose performance is consistently increasing. So once the jobs are thoroughly studied, it is easier to take corrective measures by analyzing their weak points. Thorough and continuous monitoring can be done to remove unnecessary movements, simplifying some steps, and improving existing ones. Thus, what we say is jobs can be redesigned in order to test the intellectual standard of the employees. Then we have job evaluation. Job analysis helps in identifying the value of a job on the basis of level of difficulty, type of work done, knowledge, skill, and abilities required. Please remember, we call it as KSA. I'll repeat once again, KSA. Knowledge, skill, and ability. KSA factor. The HR managers will be using KSA factor. So knowledge, skill, and ability. So thus, it will help in effective designing of an equitable level of wage and salary structure of the jobs. Then discipline. Discipline also called as organizational culture. So job analysis identifies the reason behind inability of the workers in meeting necessary performance standards. So immediately what happens, remedial actions may be taken in due time to address the difficult situations. In this manner, it helps in maintaining discipline in the organization. Industrial relations. Industrial relations among managers, employees, and unions can be improvised by proper job analysis, and thus disputes and grievances associated with the task and responsibilities can be settled very easily, students. Then compensation and benefits. That is, there are other purposes also, but I have listed only few for the better understanding. Okay. So compensation and benefits. In compensation, it is profitable to determine the relative worth of a job to the organization before valuing the job in terms of salary, in terms of monetary benefits. So according to the internal context, worth of a job increases as the task and responsibilities become important. So job with higher KSA adds higher worth to the company. Please remember this. Jobs with higher knowledge, skill, and ability adds higher worth to the company. So these, in a nutshell, what I can say is, these are some of the very important purpose of job analysis. Okay. So that is HR planning, human resource planning, recruitment, selection, placement and orientation, training, counseling. Then we have employee safety, performance appraisal, job design as well as job redesign, job evaluation, discipline, industrial relation, compensation, and benefits. So these are very important purpose of job analysis. Now we will, after understanding the purpose of job analysis or the features of job analysis, the meaning of job analysis, now we'll study the process of job analysis. The first step, okay, we will go step by step. It will be easy for you to understand, okay? So process of job analysis, students. determination of uses of job analysis. Then the second would be strategic choices in job analysis. Then information collection. Then information processing, which results in job description and job specification. Now, first, let me take determination of uses of job analysis. This is very important. Please understand carefully. See, in earlier times, the job analysis process was used mainly for the recruitment and selection of the employees. Later on, what happened? It also became important for other areas in order to manage the various difficulties related to human resources. Thus, what we can conclude, it is the responsibility of the organization to clearly define the purpose of job analysis before starting the job analysis process. Okay, so I'll repeat once again. It is the responsibility of the organization to clearly define the purpose of job analysis before starting the job analysis process. Then we have strategic choices in job analysis. So what do you understand by strategic choices in job analysis? While conducting the process of job analysis, there are a lot of aspects which has to be covered by the organization. So what are these various aspects that has to be covered by the organization? The aspects like employee involvement, the aspect like level of details required. Then we have past oriented versus future oriented. Now, when I say past oriented versus future oriented, many organizations follow traditional job analysis methods, which are focused on how the jobs were performed in the past and how they are performed in the current situation. But with the change in time, so what is happening today, students? Earlier, I'll give an example of a teacher job. Earlier, we used to teach using the blackboard. Then came, the projector, that is PowerPoint presentation. And today's scenario is concerned because due to COVID, you are sitting in your respective home and I am sitting and I'm delivering this particular lecture from the college, right? So past oriented versus future oriented. So a lot of changes are happening. Technological upgradation is happening. Then the next aspect is when and how often. Analysts should be clear when they have to conduct the analysis and how frequently they can perform it. And a lot of HR experts, what they say is the frequency should be more, then there will be a clarity. Then the last aspect in strategic choices in job analysis, source of job data. That is, employees working in the organization are the major source of information. Though there are various other sources also, which may include both human and other means. But very important source of job data is who the person who is already working in the organization. Then the third process or the third step in process of job analysis would be information collection. Students, the HR managers should be, it's a very crucial phase when it comes to the information collection, because they might collect the false information also. Okay, so falsification can happen here. So during this particular phase, we should be very, very cautious. Now, what happens in information collection? This step includes certain aspects that should be covered while collecting the data. The first aspect in information collection would be types of job analysis information. And the second aspect is the person who is collecting the information or the person involved in collecting the information. Why the person is very important? The reason is the person who is given the responsibility of collecting data can either collect the data from a senior employee or an experienced job analyst or an employee who has good experience in that particular job. Then what happens? Your result will be accurate. Then the third aspect in information collection would be methods for data collection. The techniques used for data collection in job analysis normally, can anyone tell which are the techniques, the common techniques used for information collection? I just told you the source is the employee who's working in the organization. Now I am asking you one question to all of you. Now the different methods for data collection when it comes to job analysis, can anyone tell me? Anyone?
So through interview.
Very good. Then
Questionnaire.
very good. Questionnaire, interviews, then observation. Who is this? Just now who answered?
So Sarika.
Very good, ma. Interviews, observation, questionnaire. Okay. So we can collect the information through some more methods are there which we'll be discussing in the later part. Okay. Then we have information processing. See, after data collection, the information is processed in order to make it useful for HR functions. So job description, what we call JD and JS, that is job specification, are the most common output received after job analysis. So these are some, what were the steps involved in the process of job analysis. Clear, all of you? Anyone has industry experience here out of the students now who are listening to me? Any of the students are from industry who have worked in the HR department? Or any student has got work experience? Sariga?
Sir, I have experience in event management.
Okay. Thank you. Any other student who has work experience? Prashant, Pratiksha, Rohini Patil, Rupa, Samprita.
Sir, it's me, Padmaja.
Yeah, Padmaja. Yes, ma. Tell me. You have work experience?
Oh, yes, sir. 1 year work experience and a tax consultant.
Okay. Can you just brief your job description, ma?
Junior accountant, sir.
Okay. So what were you supposed to do? The duties and responsibilities?
I was in junior accountant section. So I used to do GST, purchase invoice bill, entries of purchase invoices, sales invoices, and GST 39 returns and calculation of taxes.
Okay. Now, very good. Thank you so much, Padmaja. Now, other students, please observe what I'm trying to, fetch from Padmaja is I'm collecting data from Padmaja. The techniques used for collection, what I just now discussed was interviews, observation, and questionnaire. So through this, it will help me to form a proper JD, correct? So this is one method. I'm just interacting, I'm just interviewing her, through which I am understanding what was she doing over there, the major roles and responsibilities of Padmaja over there. Okay, so this was one method just now, what I did now. This was one just method, a simple method. Clear, all of you? Thank you so much. I'll go to the next part. Now, after thoroughly understanding the meaning of job analysis, the purpose of job analysis, some of the features of job analysis, then the steps involved in job analysis. Now, what could be before going to the difference between JD and JS, what could be the problems in job analysis? What could be the problems in job analysis? Anybody, one or two? Kindly interact. What could be the problems associated with job analysis? So you have understood job analysis meaning, purpose, features, steps. So you have all studied the plus point also. The very positive points. But what could be the problems faced during job analysis?
Sir, Yashaswini here.
Yes, ma'am. Please tell. Please speak.
Sir, there might be a communication problem between the employees or the person who is conducting job analysis,
Fantastic.
and maybe the
okay.
Yes, sir, and the second one may be the questionnaires which he has prepared, maybe somewhere not related exactly what he wants to convey. So yes, sir.
So better what I'll do is I'll keep quiet because students are very active today. Huh? All are answering in a very sense way. Good, very good. Any other student? Problems in job analysis? What could be the problems? Very good, ma.
So it's
So
Padmaja.
lack of technology.
Any one of you?
So Vani.
Vani, please speak. Yeah.
So lack of technology.
Lack of technology. Okay. Okay. Need to update. Okay. Okay. I'll explain that. Any other point,
Insufficient time
Vani?
and resource. So it's Padmaja.
Padmaja, tell me.
Insufficient time or any resource, insufficient resources from the candidate.
Insufficient resources. Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Fine.
Or a lack of information. So
Lack of information. Fine, ma. Kindly mute your audio. Good. Very good. Now, what I'll do is I'll be asking by name. Wait 1 minute. Sandra is there? Sandra? Sandra, good morning. Don't say good morning, Sandra. Are you there? Present? I don't want. Yeah, good morning. Okay. Tanvi Naik is there? Good morning. In between the classes, I'll be asking good morning. Just say good morning to me. That's all. Yeah. Good morning, Tanvi. Okay. Yasin. Yasin Arfat is there. Good morning. Yasin.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Oh, you all are listening. Very, very. Okay. Prashant. Mr. Prashant is there. The moment I called his name, he has left the meeting. Huh? Okay. Kedar Savant, good morning.
Very good morning, sir.
Very good, very good. That shows your energy, man. Very good. And Ashwini, are you there? Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Fantastic. So, what in HR class students, you maximum you interact, so that what happens is you will have that free environment here. Okay, a lot of ideas we'll be discussing here. Okay, so now I'll be explaining you the problems in job analysis. Kindly listen carefully. The first, already a lot of students have explained, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to summarize that and then putting in front of all of you. The first could be lack of support from top management, right? The first problem in job analysis, lack of support from top management. What happens? Sometimes unsupportive behavior on the part of the higher management, it actually lowers down the morale of the employees. So some high-level managers create doubts in the minds of employees by not telling them clearly about their job responsibilities. That can happen, right? They can hide the information. Then the second could be, lack of training or motivation. So lack of training, someone rightly told. So what is this lack of training or motivation? Proper job analysis can take place only if the quality data is available. This data is mainly received through the job holders. But since these job holders are not trained, they're not able to give the quality data. They might give only quantity data, which is of not much quality, or they might even falsify the data. Then the next problem could be misrepresentation of information. So due to lack of motivation and training, few job holders even try to misrepresent the data or give some false information. Then employee fear. So this is one more problem in job analysis, employee fear. Earlier, the job analysis was conducted for the expansion of the jobs and to increase the production. For this, the employees' salaries were reduced and sometimes they were even suspended. They were removed, they were sacked. So this fear of being thrown out of the job is still there in the minds of the employees. Then technology upgradation. Someone rightly told, technology upgradation. Then the last problem could be need to update gathered information. As the requirement of job changes, the information regarding these job changes should be recorded and updated. If the company uses old data for job analysis, the decisions made may prove to be incorrect, completely incorrect. Correct? So these are some of the problems in job analysis. So I'll do a quick recap once again, students. It's already 10:45, but in spite of that, I'll take 5 minutes and do a quick recap. So today, what we have discussed? So today, what we have discussed, students, the first thing is we understood the meaning of job analysis. Then we even understood the purpose of job analysis, or the advantages of doing the job analysis in any organization. Then we even understood the steps or the process of job analysis. Then we even came to know the problems associated with job analysis. So today we only gathered a lot of information, lot of knowledge related to job analysis. So tomorrow, if someone asks you what you studied in job analysis, you should be in a position to explain them. See, this is the job analysis. Okay. So after understanding all this, I'll be next taking you to difference between job description and job specification. The last slide for today. See, basis of difference. These are the parameters in which I can differentiate the JD and JS. The first is in terms of meaning, JD and JS. First, I'll tell job description, the meaning. Job description is a well-written statement which defines roles, tasks, duties, and responsibilities expected to be performed in a particular job. It is a primary tool to collect the job-related data. Very simple. Then what is job specification? Job specification is a written summary of the qualification, the minimum qualification, then appropriate skills, knowledge, and a set of characteristics that are required by an individual to fit in a job. Then the second parameter is objective, so that I can differentiate between JS and JD. First, I'll explain you job description. Objective of job description is it helps the organization to gather data related to a particular job so that it can be advertised. Please remember, I'll repeat once again, the objective of JD, it helps the organization to gather data related to a particular job so that it can be advertised. Whereas job specification, it helps the candidates to find out whether they are eligible to apply for a particular job position or not. Then the third parameter on which I can differentiate between JD and JS, that is importance. First, I'll take job description. It helps in better job performance in an organization. Whereas job specification, it facilitates employee development. Then the last one, that is orientation. I'll explain you job description. The parameter will be orientation. Its main orientation is towards task and responsibilities to be performed on the job. Whereas when it comes to job specification, its main orientation is towards specific human qualities which are required for a particular job. Okay? So these are the major parameters on which I can differentiate between the job description as well as job specification. Clear, students? So now we will do a quick recap once again of the concepts what we have discussed in today's class. So before winding up today, I want any one student who can voluntarily summarize the concepts what we have discussed today. Anybody? Or shall I call the name?
Sir, shall I?
Who is this?
Padmaja.
Padmaja. Wait. We will give opportunity to others also, because others will sleep.
Okay.
Hello,
Padmaja,
sir.
kindly, yeah. Who has not yet spoken? Who is this? Divya.
Divyashri, sir. Yes.
Divyashri. Yes, please tell me. I want you to summarize the entire concept, what you learned or what you understood today. Okay. Now imagine yourself, all of you as HR managers, and you can kindly speak. Yeah. Divya, speak.
Yes, sir. First, we studied about the job analysis. Job analysis is the process for selecting a particular person for a right person to a right job, and process of job analysis, and the advantages of the job analysis, and job description and job specification.
Okay. Fine. Divya told from her point of view.